Hello teachers, this video is going to talk to you about another tool in your Google Drive toolbox, Google Drawings. And Google Drawings is one of the tools that not many folks are familiar with, but it's a great tool that can be used to make graphic representations, graphic organizers, infographics, all things that we expect children to be able to read. But we don't always create our own for them to read. So Google Drawings lets you create your own infographics, create your own graphic models in a way that you can add your own content to it, and it's kind of easier to manipulate than, say, Word, because you're not bound by the constraints of paragraph formatting and margins and those kinds of things. So to get to Google Drawings, I'm in my Google Drive here, and what I'm going to do is go to this red New button, click on that. And if I wanted to create a new Google Doc, I'd go here. New Google Slides, I'd go here. But I need to go to the More to get to Google Drawings. So if you don't see it in your initial menu here, if you go to More, it'll be down here. And when it loads, you'll see it's going to load in a way that's very, very similar to all of your other Google things that we've created so far. You have your content editor here, ways to insert some things. You have the share button. You can actually share these and work collaboratively to create these. They can be shared out with just a single link there. Just like everything else where we've did docs collaboratively and slides collaboratively, this can be done too. I am going to model this though, doing it just by myself. First thing, just like always, we're going to want to name our drawing. Name it Yorktown Tech Madness Google Drawings. You'll see it's auto-saving just like the other Google elements have done for us. And then what you can do is you can insert images, you can insert text boxes, you can insert all kinds of different shapes, including equation shapes, math teachers, which is really cool. Speech bubbles, banners, those kinds of things. Arrows to insert some different shapes. You can do all kinds of different lines. I'll show you how those work in just a bit. And then that's your select. Much like in like Smart Notebook, you'll use that quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the graphics that I've already had, and I'm just going to make a little kind of infographic representation of our Google Challenge here, just so I can have something to show you. So you can insert images by just dragging and dropping in. You can also insert text boxes with using text, just like when you start doing that, you'll see a bunch of different content editing, just like you have in all of the other Google tools. So I can change the font size, the font style. I can change the font color. And then what's awesome about this is I can move it around. Now I'm doing everything in Drawings with my mouse. I can rotate it, which is kind of cool. Fit together here. You can arrange the order of different things, so you can move one to the back, like you just double click or right click on it, and order. You can do move to bring to front, bring to send to back, all those things. And so you can start to create here. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a couple more images. Here's one for our Tech Madness. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw in some of the different tools we've learned about. So here's Google Docs. Let's throw that image in. Google Slides we've learned about. Throw that in. You see between every element that I enter, it auto-saves for me, again, which is something that we love about Google, the auto-saving. And we'll throw Google Forms in too. Haven't got to that in our challenge yet, but we sure will. sheets. Okay, so now once I have these in and I want to create a little graphic to show how they all work together here, I'm going to go ahead and insert a line. And I'm going to go with the scribble line and show you how that works. So I'm just going to, uh-oh, I don't like that. Hold on just a second. Let's get rid of that. Try again. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So now once you get a line drawn in there, you can do a lot with that line. You can change the line color. If you want to change the color to a different color, you can do that. You can change the line weight to make it a thicker line. You can change the line style to make it something different. So I'm just going to do a little dash here. And then once you get your line the way you want it, then I'm going to have my basketball bouncing here between them. And so now once I get this in, and I don't want to draw those lines again if I had them exactly the way I wanted them, so I can stretch it, whatever, then I can just copy them and paste it in, and so you can have a kind of duplicate of the same thing. You can do order and bring to front, so it's going to move it in front of that dotted line a little bit to kind of close that in. So you have the ability to move all that around. So you want to stretch this out a little bit. Do that. Well, it's behind there. This is in the front, so it covers it. So we got our little bouncing ball. Move this one in a little bit. I can do that. That ball bouncing between them. Bring that to the front and cover up that dotted line there. You can see that order is kind of important when you're using drawings. Let's get it closer together, so I'm going to make my bounce a little bit more narrow. Okay. Move this right on out. And my ball bouncing right on out of there. Let's see. Okay. So there's how I can make my drawings in there. So that kind of shows how you can draw. You can insert images. You can draw in between them. You can insert text. You can link images. So if you want to make them kind of hot links so that they can go different places, you can just select what you want linked and click on the link button here. And then I'm going to go up here and get the link. Anyone with the link can view. So I can link this image to another Google Doc that I have. And I'm just going to paste that right in there and apply. So now that's a link that will take you to the information about our Google Challenge, which is kind of neat there. To show you just a couple of other things, like I said, you can insert shapes here. So I'm going to put this here, maybe. And then you can type right in here. Again, you can change size of that so that it fits a little nicely in there. Okay, you can do that. You can do some of the, you say you want to, I don't know, insert an arrow somewhere, and you can just put that in and Put it on here. You can type in anything. So you can see how you could create some really nice infographics on here. All your alignment tools work for this, which is really kind of cool. Go back down a little bit. So, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine all of the great things that you could do with Google Drawings as the teacher to create some different things. I can see it being used, like I said, there's the equation, so I think it can open up some things for some math and science people. I can see it being used awesome for diagrams to label certain things some ways. I can see it being great for creating infographics. I know I've had a lot of teachers come to me and say, I don't know what program do I make infographics in for my kids. I have content I want to share with them that way, and I don't know how to make it, which I used to make it. Google Drawings will be great for that as well. You're going to share this just like you would any other Google element here. So if you just want people to be able to view this, which is what I would imagine, you would do get a shareable link. Anybody can view, and then so long as you share that out with that link out with whoever you need to see it, it can be right there. I am going to, you can also save this as an image and to your Google Drive so that there will be an image there as well. Something I want to show you, if you go back out actually into your Google Drive to find some of the things, I don't know that I've pointed this out in the other videos, and I want to be sure that I do. If you want to find the things that you've created, they're all going to be, when they auto-save right into your Google Drive and will not be they won't be folded up unless you folded them up. You can see where I have shared this out. You can see the preview of it. All of your drawings are going to show with this little icon. And so then if you want to open it up, that's where it is. So that's Google Drawings for you. Just a real quick Google Drawings. There's lots of other things you can do with this. And if you Google different videos, they can be used. It can be used for art. It can be used, like people really draw in it, like real artsy people. I'm not good enough to do that, but there are some really cool things you can do with this. So I hope it's a tool that you will consider using.